Please read the description. It is scary. Starting off my list of scary people. Whoa! Two-Face from The Dark Knight. This guy played his role. Basically, a politician turned villain after being burned in the face, or part of his face. Two-Face, now Harvey Dent, well, Harvey Dent as we all know him, was burned when he was burned alive nearly by the Joker in an attempt to get Batman. Now, Two-Face is half a hero, half a villain, because he's two-faced. Now, he flips a coin. If the coin lands on a perfect side, he is good. But if it lands on the bad side, he's evil. So basically, Two-Face is two-faced. Like, people can say, like, let's say they don't say this word 1 minute, and then another minute they do say this word. Now, I'm not going to tell you what the word is. It's really disgusting. But Two-Face, this guy, I wasn't really afraid of him in the animated series or the other movies, but this one, Dark Knight's Two-Face really scared me. When I first saw that shot of his face, we had people in the audience like, holy crap! This guy's face is all distorted. Alright, next on my list would be some of the Disney villains. Most likely Ursula, Maleficent, and what's the other guy? I always think of him. He's one of my favorite, not Hades, Captain Hook. All these villains are monstrous in true form. Ursula, for instance, from The Little Mermaid. I never really watched The Little Mermaid. She kind of scares me. Maleficent was the final boss in Kingdom Hearts 1. I know that much. And she was in Sleeping Beauty, and she is a witch. Jafar is a wizard. I kind of say that, but he is kind of an odd dude because he wants to kidnap Princess Jasmine. And Captain Hook has a hook on his hand. When I was a child, all the villains except for the more humanly looking villains, and an exception for Hades for some reason, scared me. Actually, Hades did scare me as a child. All the villains, including the human ones, because some of the things they did were like just downright bad, they just scared me. Especially Cruella de Vil. I mean, you would try to harm puppies. Seriously, lady? I know Peter's gonna be all on her. Peter's gonna be all over on, be like, on her. Next one is another Batman movie reference villain, and this one scares me too, for he is the one and only Scarecrow. Scarecrow is a psychiatrist. I don't really know why he winds up at Arkham Asylum anyways, but basically, Scarecrow uses fear to attack his villains, or his adversaries. Basically, Batman and any other good guy. And the fear toxin allows people to see their darkest fear. And when people see Scarecrow, they see this monstrous form. And he puts on this mask and he's like, I am Scarecrow. Now, there is the Scarecrow from the comic books with the scythe and the fear gas thing still. And there's one from the animated series. Most likely, out of all of them, the movie one scares me. Because why? The guy was just playing freaking creepy. No, I'm serious. When I saw what the people did to him in like the fear toxin scene, the first fear toxin scene, I was like, my gosh, I was covering my eyes and everything. Another one was a comic book reference that I read when I was a child. And I really shouldn't have read this because that was actually one of the saddest comic book scenes I've ever watched, or violent. And that is Doomsday from Superman, or from the death of Superman. Doomsday is unstoppable. Nobody can stop him. He's basically there for one reason: to find the son of Krypton and destroy him. Which he does. Him and Superman go into an entangled battle to save everyone. Superman wants to save everybody. Doomsday wants to kill everybody. But as we all know what happened at the end of it, Superman sacrificed himself to take down Doomsday. Now, Doomsday, this guy is violent, okay, beyond belief. I watched enough episodes of... I watched the movie and I seen Smallville, which is actually on right now, but I'm doing recording in the middle of it. But that's besides the point. This guy scared me when I read the comics. now that I watched the movie and now know who this guy is, he doesn't really scare me as much. He has less hair though. This guy still scares me though as a child and to this day. Orochimaru from Naruto. This guy has been known by many names. Snake Man or the Michael Jackson of Naruto. No, he does not dance. Everybody goes thinks because he's a pedophile. We all know he wants Sasuke's body. He used to be part of the Itachi until a certain member, famous member of most famous villain ever, beat him. Now, the thing was, Orochimaru is doing experiments, crazy experiments, and he is cursing people like to oblivion. He cursed Sasuke, he cursed a lot of people, and this guy managed to beat up Naruto. I'm like, if anybody beats up the main character, he is a good villain. But this guy was just scary. And why? Look at the picture. Take a good look. One, his body scares me. Two, he wears a lot of makeup. Three, he doesn't really know that that's his. I don't really know if that's his true face. Well, his true form is a big snake. And four, I really do not like snakes. Henceforth, I'm really afraid of this guy. And every time I see him, he does all these weird stuff with his tongue. He's like, "Ugh." I'm just like, oh god, please protect me, cause this guy was so creepy. He, I remember one episode. He licks the blood off of Naruto's cheek. And if I didn't really find that creepy or being a pedophile, I as a child I'm like, oh my word, this guy's a vampire. Until I saw that whole thing where he was like the snake thing. I'm like, whoa, man, whoa, 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 that is freaking scary. But he is a good villain though, and I was pretty glad when he died at the hands of Sasuke Uchiha. Yeah, I've watched that episode. That was pretty epic. Next one scared me as a child. Because basically, only the movie one scared me, and that happened to be Venom from Spider-Man. Venom is basically like Spider-Man's brother, or evil twin brother. The thing is, Venom is Eddie Brock, a journal reporter, yeah, who gets controlled by the symbiote, an alien thing that controlled Spider-Man in the beginning. And now Eddie Brock uses the suit and becomes this evil being known as Venom. Why he scares me is a good reason. Because this guy has sharp teeth. He doesn't like wear a mask. That whole thing, he's like an alien. If you ever seen Aliens versus Predator, Alien versus Predator versus Venom, Venom will kick all their butts apparently. He has all the abilities of Spider-Man, and it was kind of scary because in the movie he was all like changing backwards, like from human to Venom. He's like, my spider senses are tingling, and then and he starts attacking him, and it was just creepy. I was actually glad that he blew him up at the end. This next villain is for all of you and for a special friend of mine's who think this guy is hot. I don't know why, and he is Darth Maul from Star Wars. Episode 1, A Phantom Menace. I'm thinking of Episode 2 now. Darth Maul is a Sith Lord, and, well, he wasn't one of my favorite Sith Lords for a reason. This guy scared me as a child. The guy had horns on his head, the yellow teeth, the double lightsaber for that instance. He was a villain that was worth to be feared by me. Now, why is Darth Maul number 1 on my part 1 list is a good reason. Because this guy did a lot of things. He killed, I think his name was Qui-Gon. Yeah, he killed Qui-Gon Jinn for Pete's sakes. He did that, and then Obi-Wan Kenobi like came out of nowhere and started kicking the crud out of him. And then he cuts him in two, which is pretty cool at the end. He just cuts him in half, and then he fell down. You know, that's what happens in Star Wars nowadays. Somebody gets beaten to oblivion, and then they fall off something. Darth Sidious got thrown down something. Mace Windu got thrown out a window. Darth Maul fell off something. What was the other one? I always keep forgetting. Wasn't it Boba Fett fell into a worm? Luke Skywalker, Princess Layla, and Han Solo gets trapped in a garbage composer. Everybody nearly dies in the whole series by falling. Now, like I said, this is only part 1 of my 2-part list. Now, there will be more, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be a short list, because this was more than I bargained for. So, join me after my next fix. Knight Rider 7602 here. Get me away from this man! And Orochimaru. And Venom, please.